Hi, I'm Annie. Contact information is in the description. Do you need to go to a gym to be fit? Of course not. Obviously, there are all kinds of ways to maintain fitness, from free to expensive, low tech to high tech, with equipment or with no equipment. There are just many, many options. And it's a really obvious question, and there's no right or wrong answer, but I think it's an important question to consider and to be open-minded about. And this actually comes up a lot in coaching calls when people come to me to work on building habits and building self-discipline. People are trying to build self-discipline in all kinds of areas. Fitness and health is super common. A lot of people, that's what they want to talk about. How can I manage exercise habits so that I can be healthier and feel better? And this question comes up a lot because a lot of times when I ask, okay, what's the first step? What in your mind do you think is the first thing you need to do to move towards healthier habits? People will say something like, well, I guess I have to find a gym. My question is, do you? Do you really? Is that really the best first step for you? And it might be. Like I said, there's no right or wrong answer. So keeping habits going and reaching your goals is about reducing points of friction and making it so that those habits can incorporate really gracefully and easily into your life. When you reduce friction and your habits are incorporated gracefully and easily, you're just more likely to succeed because it's not a pain in the ass. It's not a hassle. You're not fighting against all these challenges. You've designed the habits in a way where they really, really fit into your life easily and you can stick to them over time. So for many people, going to a gym is super motivating. So for a lot of people, that really is a good choice to find a gym that they love and have a gym membership. So it can be motivating because they've already paid money. So there's a financial incentive to show up because they've already spent the money on the membership. And they might also like the social aspects of it. Being around other people who are similarly motivated. You go into a gym and there's just like a healthy vibe. People are there for a healthy reason, a healthy purpose, and you're surrounded by that energy of other people trying to improve their fitness. And that can be really motivating. Or they might even make friends at a gym, or they might go to a gym with a friend. So that social aspect of it is really important to them and really motivating. Some people go to gyms for classes because it's literally easier for them to show up and work out if there's a leader who is directing them and telling them what to do. This could also be, especially if they don't have experience with exercising and they're uncertain about how to perform the exercises correctly. It can be comforting to know that there's an expert in the room that's gonna, catch you if you're doing an exercise incorrectly and, correct you so that you have the right form and you're performing the exercise safely. I've been to all kinds of gyms in my lifetime. For a while, I went to a super fancy gourmet gym with luxury accommodations. That was really nice. And I've also had memberships at just the cheap gym that's a few blocks away that I would use seriously only like 2 times a quarter in cases of very inclement weather. So if it's too icy to run outside, if the air is too smoky, or if it's raining like torrentially, I'll run and exercise in the rain. But if it's really, really coming down, I prefer to be in a gym or exercise inside. So the luxury gym was really nice to go to. It really was motivating. And it had like all these luxury accommodations that I really enjoyed, like a steam room and also a dry sauna. It also had a child-free locker room. That was nice. It also had like a separate locker room for families, but it was just kind of nice to have like a quiet, peaceful locker room experience. It also had like lockers you could rent. So I didn't have to like lug a lot of my toiletries and essentials to the gym back and forth each time. They just lived in the locker. And it also had a laundry service. So I had a couple of sets of workout clothes and there was this little net bag that I would put my dirty clothes in after the workout and somebody magically washed them and put them back in the locker. That was pretty amazing. Like I could literally just grab my keys and show up to the gym. But even in that situation, more and more I noticed that the point of friction for me was getting in my car and going to the gym. For me, any trip outside of my house through traffic into the chaos of the world is draining and I'm gonna have resistance to it. So I noticed that more and more I was opting to just exercise at home and not going to the gym. And I noticed that pattern over and over again. And at some point I just let go of the luxury gym. So when I was running a lot and training for races, I went to a super cheap gym on the corner and I used it just for that purpose of keeping up with my running training on the treadmill when it was too smoky, too rainy, too snowy. monthly. It was like 30 bucks a month. And like I said, I used it maybe 8 times a year. But it was still worth it to me because it was like a safety net that would allow me to keep training on those days when it wouldn't have been possible to train otherwise. Now, I haven't been to a gym in years. I have a lot of experience with exercise, so I can design my own programs. I can design strength training, body weight exercises for myself, plyometric training, HIIT training. I just have so many skills that I can sort of outline a program for myself and just do it at home. And there's something so efficient and liberating about knowing that it's 12:28. I could turn off this video and in 5 minutes have my yoga mat out and do strength exercises for 18 to 20 minutes and be done. So literally by 1 o'clock, it's all done and I did my workout for the day. There's no getting in the car and driving through traffic and, dealing with the gym. And then, that whole ordeal can take like 90 minutes or 2 hours to do that. And I also like changing it up a lot. Since November, I've been walking with a 20-pound weight vest in the morning. And I recently graduated up to 30 pounds because I was so acclimated to the 20-pound weight vest. So that's really exciting. It's walking. It's a little bit of cardio because I'm walking fast and I'm carrying something heavy. So my heart rate's sort of like in an aerobic zone while I do that. And I'll do that for like 55 to 70 minutes, depending on the day. And then the other thing I do is walk over to a pedestrian bridge. So it's like stairs that go up and you walk over a kind of a busy street and then back down. And I wear the weight vest and just do sets up and down, back and forth over the stairs. And I also use fitness apps at home. I've tried a whole bunch of them. There's a lot of really great ones out there. So a lot of times what I'll do is like the free 7-day trial. And if I really love it and I feel like I'm going to use it, then I will continue to use it or I'll just cancel. So I love trying them out. And sometimes I'll use one for like 6 months and then I'll get kind of bored with it and I'll find a different one and, just like cancel that one and use another one. I try to only have one at a time because, those fees can all add up. Right now, I'm using one called Better Me, and there's a lot of things I like about it. I'll put a link to that one in the description if you want to check it out. What I like about it is the options, and there's such a range from super easy to challenging, advanced, and so I can jump in wherever I'm at. And it has some really unique offerings as well. Like it has Tai Chi, and I really want to try that out. I'll probably try that sometime in the next week because I've always wanted to learn Tai Chi. And it has like beginner, medium and advanced levels of that. So you can just jump in anywhere. It also has face yoga, which I think is interesting. I don't know if I really want to set aside the time to do face yoga, but yeah, I'm curious. So I might. It has HIIT workouts. It has workouts for older people. I was showing it to my mom because it has workouts for seniors and it has workouts that are easy on your knees. And it also has quick workouts, so you can filter by time. So if you want to do just like a 5-minute workout, which is like super, super short, you can navigate to that menu and just see a whole bunch of options. And I've included this one 5-minute leg workout for the last couple of weeks that's actually pretty challenging for me where I am at my level. Even though it's only 5 minutes, even though it's short, it doesn't mean that it's not challenging. And that's super cool. If you have a day when you're really busy or you're not motivated enough to set aside 20 or 30 minutes to work out, you can easily convince yourself to do 5 minutes. And you know that even if it's really, really hard, it's going to be over with really soon. So I like that. They have the super short, and then you can like filter it to do the sort of medium, like 12 to 20 minute workouts. And then there's, longer ones if you want. There's dance, there's workouts for people in wheelchairs, exercises for office workers. Like if you sit at a desk all day long in like a corporate situation and you need like some yoga that you can do while you're just sitting in your desk chair. There's a video for that. So I really like the variety. Anyway, that's how I approach my fitness. That's the conclusion that I came to over the years about, do I prefer to work out at a gym or do I prefer to work out just at my home with minimal equipment? And on balance, I really, really prefer working out at home. And that might change. I might enter into a different season of my life where I feel really motivated and intrigued to go to a gym again. But I think it's an interesting question to ask yourself and really think about it and answer it consciously, like make a conscious choice, which path is really going to work into your life more seamlessly? Like which of those options is really going to get the best results over time? Will you be so motivated by gym that you'll use it more times in the course of a year? Or will you be motivated by the ease of working out at home and end up performing better over the course of the year if you skip the gym and just work out at home? Or is it better to have both? So no right or wrong answers. I just think it's an important question to consider.